Like, is it me? Is it something that I'm doing? I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. This is not a colored rain shadow problem, like, ever. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Amanda. Today, something very, very overdue came in the mail, and it is the brand new Colored Raine Juicy Boost palette. I have been waiting for this thing to come in the mail for weeks. It's probably been almost a month. Let me just start off by saying that I personally love Colored Raine. They are an indie brand. They are a female Black-owned business, and they have very nice eyeshadows and products in general, but their eyeshadows are just like to die for. I have done a review on their Safari Raine palette. This is a incredible palette. I have also done a review on their Queen of Hearts palette. And for those of you that aren't new, you probably recognize these two palettes. I use these two quite a bit on this channel. This is their Power palette, and this is their Vivid Pigments and Shadows palette. So I am a huge supporter of Colored Raine. Their formula is incredible. So when I saw them coming out with this palette, I was like, oh, no doubt in my mind, I have to grab this. I believe that's like $52. In my order, I also picked up, this is their little face palette, and I was actually saving this for you guys. I have a little peel off. So I did use this on my face today, and the highlighter is gorgeous. The blush is so pigmented. Like, dangerously pigmented. And then I also picked up a lipstick from them. This is in the shade Serene. This is what I have on my lips right now. Super pretty, just basic bitch nude shade. So you know, mama had to pick this up. I also picked up a lot of their liquid lipsticks. Just like a lot. And that is just going to add to my already pretty big collection of Colored Raine liquid lipsticks. These are amazing. Before we jump into this palette, I do have some story time for you guys. No super status video today, just story time for you guys. I just have to share with you guys. It's pretty incredible. I had a very interesting experience at, for those of you that are familiar with CASPER'S hot dogs, I don't know, maybe you have that where you live, maybe not, but on the West Coast in the US, we do. Pretty much my boyfriend and I were gonna go on a hike, and he was hungry. He wanted to stop at CASPER'S to get hot dogs, which right off the bat, I'm just like, what psychopath's first thought of, I'm hungry, before we go on a hike, let me just go get some hot dogs? Like, you sure you don't want a cereal bar? So anyway, whatever. I forgot my mask. He had one of those disposable ones in his glove box, but the string was broken that wraps around your ear. So he went in first, and I was kind of trying to figure out how I was gonna make this mask work. So he goes in first, and then about a minute later, I walk in. Now there's only one employee working at the time that we walk in. And the first thing I see is that employee, and he's standing up in front of the counter, facing the door, probably like 4 feet away from the front door. And he's just like this. I didn't even know what was going on. I just walked in. At first I thought there was something wrong with him. Then I thought that he was on drugs. And then I was like, maybe he's dozing off. He looked like he was like falling asleep, like dozing off. And then I look over, and my boyfriend's already past him, down in the back of the store where you order, just recording all of this. Immediately when I saw that, I was like, oh, thank God he's recording this right now. I think the bell on the door woke him up, and he was kind of like, oh shit, like, whatever. And then he was super awkward about it, where like the entire time he was making my boyfriend's hot dogs, he just kept mentioning it. Like, he kept saying awkward comments like,
oh, I haven't taken my 30 yet. I'm definitely gonna go take it after this.
Like, okay, like, what do you want? What? Yeah, you probably should, buddy. It was an incredible experience, but the one thing was, he didn't change his gloves, and he was kind of just standing there holding the counter. God knows how long he was like that. So I do want to share the video with you guys that my boyfriend got. It is gold. I am so happy he got this on film, and my first thought was, I have to share this with you guys. So let's check that out right now. I mean, can you guys believe that? Like, what the hell would you do if you just walked in and the employee was like that and there was no one else in there? It was just the three of us. Like, God knows how long he was like that. Anyway, that was a super interesting experience. Not something you see on a daily basis. So, Colored Raine's Juicy Boost palette is inspired by juicing and smoothies and that sort of thing. Super fun, super summery, springy. So it comes in this box and it just kind of slips out. Same packaging. And then this is the beauty. Because I love you guys so much, I am going to do a little peel off with this palette as well. God, why is that so freaking satisfying? So it comes with this gorgeous huge mirror. I'm gonna flip that back so I don't blind you. It does flip all the way back, which is nice. And this is the color story, the layout, which I absolutely adore. I think it is gorgeous. I love the colors that they chose to put in here, and I love the layout of it. So as you can tell, it is all mattes except these three shimmers right here, and they are kind of color coordinated to where it is pretty easy to create looks. They kind of have looks already laid out for you. Now, the names of these shadows are also super cute. We've got like cucumber avocado, energy boost, berry beet, turmeric shot. I just think that the aesthetic of this palette is so adorable. It's so pretty, and it's very like, I don't know, it's just cute. It's just pretty, okay guys? I haven't been excited for a launch like this in a really long time like I was with this palette. We're gonna do a look on one eye and a look on the other, and I kind of want to test out how it's supposed to be used. So I kind of want to go in the rows. So we're gonna do maybe 3, maybe 4 looks depending on how it goes. So my eyes are primed with my Kaleidos eyeshadow primer. For those of you that have seen videos of mine, you know that I'm obsessed with this. It is incredible. I'm first gonna tap into this cucumber avocado shade right here, and I'm just going to put that all over as my transition shade. Going into the shade next to it, this is called Mint Leaves. This is a very minty green. I'm not focusing it too much, but I am keeping it more on my outer corners. Next, I'm just gonna go in order. I'm taking the shade Energy Boost, which is a super pretty blue. And I'm kind of focusing that on my brow bone, like right on and under my brow bone on the outer corners. And I'm just going to pull that in and blend it into that cucumber avocado shade. And I'm also going to kind of take it out like that, because why not? And then I'm going to go in with a little bit more of mint leaf, and I'm going to pop that in here. Next, I am going into Kale Yeah. Kale Yeah. And this is a super blacked out green. Super pretty. And this is the darkest shade in the palette. I am just packing that on. This shade is slightly patchy, but it's workable. I feel like this isn't really showing up as dark as it does in the palette. First, I'm taking some Energy Boost, and I'm just going to blend those two shades in together first. And I'm kind of just going back and forth, like adding a little bit more of the Kale Yeah, and then going over it with the Energy Boost. I'm taking some of the mint leaves, and I'm just gonna pop that in here to help everything blend. The Kale Yeah is kind of like staying in that one place wherever I put it, and it's not really wanting to blend out as easily as I would like. And I feel like that shade is also kind of streaky. Oh my god, guys, I literally just realized that I wasn't filming the rest of that. So let me just walk you through what we did. I had a really hard time blending the Kale Yeah and Energy Boost together. They just didn't want to blend. There was some staining, there's some streaking on my lid, and I kind of got it to work to the best of my ability, pulled it out a little bit, And I added some more mint leaves on the center, then cucumber avocado right here, and then I kind of just went over the inner part with the coconut water, which is just this matte white, and then going over the energy boost shade just to kind of clean up the mess that I felt like had been caused from using this dark shade. I went over with this blueberry burst, and this is a really nice blue. I had no problem at all using it. And then in my inner corners, I used this lemon wheatgrass shade, which is this gorgeous gold, and it almost looks like it has like very subtle green blue flakes in it. So that's what I did here. Lower lash, I went in with Kale Ya. Right next to that, towards the center, I went in with mint leaves, and then next to that, cucumber water, and finally on the inner corners, I went in with energy boost, and I just lightened it up a bit with coconut water. So that was a little complex. I am sorry, you guys. I wish I could have just done it with you. I don't know what happened, but it just stopped recording. I'm just gonna go pop on some eyeliner and mascara, and then we will do this eye. Alrighty guys, I am back, and I do like how this look turned out actually. On my waterline, I just have plain old black mascara on top, and then on the bottom, I have the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in their Wired collection in the shade Jolt, which is a super pretty neon yellow, and I actually got it to show up fairly decently for their Wired collection products. On my upper lashes, I'm wearing my L'Oreal Voluminous mascara in the shade Deep Green, which is a super pretty forest green. You probably can't even tell. It kind of just looks like black, but I thought that that would be really cute. And then on my lower lashes, I'm wearing my Hard Candy Dare to Extend Ultimate Lash Extension Mascara in the shade, I think it's Staycation, which is just like this turquoisey shade. Now, I think I am just going to jump right on into it. I think we're going to jump into this bottom row right here, and we will do the second row in the next two looks. So this bottom row, I'm just going to start off by taking this shade right here, which is Citrus Ginger. What a name. Citrus Ginger. That's a mouthful. Same thing with the Cucumber Avocado shade. I'm just going to put this all over as my transition shade, and I'm just going to try and build it up and really see what these shadows are capable of. So I can build it up. This shade I don't feel like is quite as buildable as the Cucumber Avocado, but it is a very nice, pretty, light pastel yellow. So I'm going to go in order again. I'm taking this Ginger Bay, and I'm just kind of taking that and almost like deepening the Citrus Ginger. Citrus Ginger? What an interesting name. Zinger. Oh my god. Zinger. No wonder that didn't make any sense. It's Zinger. God, what is wrong with me? Going into this shade, which is Sweet Potato Mango, a super pretty warm toned brown, and I'm gonna put that in the outer and inner corners just to add some depth. Going into the shade right next to it, which is Orange Carrot, which does look very similar to a carrot. I'm really loving these shade names, and I'm kind of just putting that right inside where I added that Sweet Potato Mango. And then I'm going to take the shade Turmeric Shot. I am kind of going to help everything blend together with this shade. I'm taking a little bit more of Sweet Potato because I don't feel like I'm really able to get the depth of these shadows. I feel like they're blending together much nicer than on the other side for sure, but I feel like I'm losing the pigmentation of these shadows when I blend them out. Like I just added Orange Carrot and I feel like it's like I'm losing it already. I don't know. I don't feel like this is the same formula as their usual shadows. I'm just not like thrilled at all. I'm gonna go into Citrus Zinger and I'm popping that on the center just to brighten that area up a bit. I'm going into that shade Lemon Wheatgrass and I'm just popping that on the center of my lid. The shimmers are incredible. They are simply incredible. And then I'm gonna take some of that Turmeric Shot. I can't get these corners deep like I want them to, and I'm kind of limited to the dark shades in here. There's really only 3 dark shades in here, and the dark shades each go with a color scheme, so it kind of sucks. I'm taking some of coconut water and I'm popping that up here just to brighten things a little bit. And then I think I'm also going to take coconut water for my inner corners. Going into sweet potato mango, I'm popping that on the outer part of my lower lash. Going into orange carrot, I love this shade. This is one of my favorite shades in the palette. And then I'm taking ginger zinger and popping that on the inner part. Also gonna kind of just pop a little bit on the edges of the gold in the center. I don't know, I'm just like really not impressed by this look. I feel like this is a very simple basic look that you can make with like any palette with this color story. There's like nothing special about these shadows. Alright, we're gonna just kind of get a little carried away. I'm taking some orange carrot and I'm going to really highlight the shit out of this area right here. And then taking some citrus zinger, just blending that out. I have just a little bit of fallout and it's not wanting to go away. I think what I'm gonna try and do, honestly, is, because I'm not feeling this, I'm gonna go into the shade Apple Strawberry and I'm gonna try and deepen these corners because there's just no dimension to my eye right now. And it kinda needs some. I'm taking some of that turmeric shot and I'm popping that on the outer part. I mean, like, that shade Apple Strawberry did nothing. So, it's just, they're not, like, the same formula as the usual color range shadows. It is extremely disappointing. It is. Because that's exactly what I thought I was paying $50-something for. You know, it happens. Brands switch their formulas up all the time. But, you know, it's just disappointing because they had a good one. They didn't need to tamper with it. They really didn't. Like, they could have just left it alone and everyone would have been fine. At this point, I'm just kind of desperate to try and make these looks work because they are giving me so much freaking trouble. Like, is it me? Is it something that I'm doing? I don't understand what's going on. I really don't. This is not a colored Raine shadow problem, like, ever. Alright, I'm going to pull this shimmer over a little bit. Just gonna cover more of the lid just because I am not digging this. These shimmers are incredible though. We'll give them that. Like, look at how patchy that is. That's not okay. Not okay at all. I've been trying to blend these shadows out for so long. Way too long. I'm just gonna pop some orange carrot right there. And we're gonna call it a day. Alright, so I just decided to cover my entire lid with that shimmer because I am just not having it anymore. I'm so disappointed with the mattes in this palette. Yeah, nothing is cooperating and I'm getting pretty frustrated, to be honest. So we are going to just end this shade range right here. And I'm popping that lemon wheatgrass shade on my brow bone as well. And I'm also popping some coconut water, kind of making like my own shimmer shade. I'm gonna pop on some liner and mascara and then I will be right back. Alrighty guys, I am back and this is the completed look. Now, I think I forgot to mention this. The liquid liner I have up top on this eye is actually, I use this lemon wheatgrass shade and I just mixed it with some setting spray and used a liner brush and made some liner out of it. So, let me just show you guys the looks. Can you guys tell that I'm pissed? Can you tell that I'm very frustrated right now? I thought that I was going to love this palette and I really don't. I'm really disappointed. The shimmers are great. The shimmers are spot on, but there's only 3 in here. So that makes the rest of the palette a dud. You know, again, we're still gonna work with this middle row, even though, to be honest with you guys, I'm like so uninspired to. But I do want to give it a shot just to try out all of these shadows in this palette. So I am going to wipe these eyes off and we will jump into this middle row right down here. Alrighty guys, I'm back. My eyes are clean and my eye on this side is a little blue. I'm sure you guys can see that. There's just like a cast of blue under there. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I don't have much more patience for this palette. It has not made me want to dive into it, if that makes sense. So we're gonna try and do this fairly quickly. I'm really just gonna try and run through this thing. We're gonna do the second row, these pinks and reds, and yeah, I think I'm just gonna do that for now. I'm gonna do the same look on both eyes just because I am like over this. So I'm gonna start in with pink grapefruit, which is this really pretty like mauvey pink. I'm just going to put that everywhere. The lighter mattes aren't bad, okay? It's not the lighter ones. I like this a lot. It's the darker shades in this palette that just are a no. And I'm just gonna keep you at a distance for this look because my face is a mess. So just for your guys' sake, I'll just keep you right where you're at. No complaints there. All right, working our way in, we're going into this cranberry vanilla shade. Now this shade is quite nice, and I went in with a fluffy brush thinking that what is going on? What is really just like going on? Taking some more pink grapefruit and just blending out these edges. So shadows 1 and 2 are a hit. I like both of them and they clearly work very nicely together. Let's go into shade 3, which is Berry Beet. And same thing, but a little bit more focused on the outer corner. And then pulling it into the crease a little bit. Shade 3 is okay. I like it. Works well with the other two. I hate that I have to like work this way. Like, okay guys, here we go. I've been the most excited and nervous at the same time to use this shade. This is the Watermelon Detox. Look at that shade. And again, I am focusing this on my outer corners. Okay, so that's what I'm talking about. Do you see the pigmentation of this shadow? And look at how it is on my eyes. Like, you can barely tell a difference. You can really barely tell a difference. I'm gonna take that fluffy brush that I was using that seemed to be working with the other shadows. It's a little bit better. Not much, but a little bit. Pulling that into my crease. Instead of doing a full motion, going slowly across in little baby motions helps to prevent the streaking. Now we're gonna go into this apple strawberry shade. I already know I'm not gonna like it, but we're gonna go into it anyway since it is in this row. And I'm just going to tap a little bit on the outer corner. Yeah, like this is showing up nothing like how it looks in the pan. Yeah, so the shadow is a no. I'm gonna go back into that Watermelon Detox and just re-brighten that. This is gonna be like the star of the look is this shadow, so I want this to be nice and bright. Back into that cranberry vanilla shade. I really liked that shade actually. Just going over the center and then again into that pink grapefruit shade right on my inner corner. I'm picking that pink grapefruit shade and helping those edges blend. Above my brow bone, I'm taking a little bit of that coconut water shade, just that white matte. Okay, so this look actually blended much nicer than the other two looks. It definitely did. However, I am still like underwhelmed. I feel like I did I'm taking Watermelon Detox. This is like such a basic look. Like, there's nothing fancy about it at all. It's a very simple look that is just bright. and that's pretty much all it is. Taking some of that berry beet shade on the center, and then some of that pink grapefruit. For my inner corners, go ahead and try this. I don't know how well it's gonna work, but I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna start off by taking some of that coconut water, and I'm putting that down as a base. And then I'm gonna go into this shade, Sweet Ruby, which is the pink shimmer. And I'm gonna just add a little bit on top of the white. I wanna just see what's gonna happen. This shimmer is quite chunky. Like, I don't know if you can see that, but I just have like chunks of glitter. All right, so I don't really like how that's looking. I'm just gonna wet my brush, and I'm just gonna take that shade and just really fill in that inner corner. Pulling it up on top and a little bit down below to blend everything out. This is so boring, but we're done. I'm gonna pop on some liner and mascara, and then we will talk about this. Alrighty guys, so this is the finished look. Let me zoom you in and give you a close-up. Now, I did spice this look up a lot. I used my Lethal Cosmetics gel liner in Bit Crush, and I used that as liquid liner on my lids as well as in my waterline. I was just trying to stick to the monochromatic look for this, but then I did decide to pop on some blue mascara just to kind of add some contrast. I just made an order from Midas Cosmetics, and I got this glitter from them. This is the Buzz, I believe it's called, which is like one of these kinds of glitters, which I don't own anything like this. I own glitter, but nothing like chunky like this, because like, why would I? So I bought this because it was like $1, and I was like, this should be interesting. And then looking at this look, I was like, this needs something. So I added this, and it totally worked out in my favor. On my lips, I am wearing this is Colored Raine's liquid lipstick in the shade Amazing Raine. I love this shade. Ooh. Okay, so
this was trash.
In my opinion. Not all of it was trash, just like a good majority of it. So the 3 shimmers I did really like. Aside from this one, which was kind of chunky, I did like these 3 glitters. The mattes from here were great. They were so pretty. They were Colored Raine's typical formula, super pretty, pigmented, blendable, all that. And then you get to like these 2 columns. This one was really nice, actually. These 3 shades and this shade were total trash. And the thing is, for me, is these are so important in a palette like this. Like, you have a palette like this where it is already kind of organized for you. But the thing is, these shadows right here, yeah, they're pretty, but what makes them so special is being paired with shadows like this. And especially these 3 shades being the darkest shades and really the only dark shades of this palette, the fact that they sucked, like they freaking sucked, means that any look that I want to add dimension, I don't have that as an option. And that is super unfortunate, especially for a palette like this. This is pretty much an all matte palette with a few shimmers in here. If you want to have an all matte palette, you better make damn sure that every single matte in here is killer. And I'm a little confused because Colored Raine, like, I started this video being so freaking excited. I was so excited showing you all the liquid lipsticks that I had gotten from them because this is a great brand. They come out with really high quality makeup, and that's why I just like don't understand what happened here. I don't understand if they tried to change the formula up or what. I don't know. I really don't know. But the fact that these shades right here, like, were unusable makes this palette, like, I don't know, it just ruins the palette for me. Like, this is now a palette that I'm not really gonna reach for because I'm now gonna need another palette with it. You know, it would have been so nice if all of the shadows in here performed nicely, especially when you have such focus on your matte formula that, like, I feel like it's just an easy win that they missed. And it's unfortunate because, like I said, Color Raine is a great brand, and I feel like for me, this may be like the first fail from Colored Raine for me. And I was so excited for this. This was probably the most excited I've been about a launch in a really long time. And I feel like this is almost the most disappointed that I've been in a launch in a really long time. I don't know. Like, I had really high expectations for it. Everything online made it look incredible. The swatches looked incredible, all of that. And then using this, I don't know. I'm going to actually try and I'm going to swatch these shades just to see how they perform. Yeah. Especially that red shade. Oh my god, it's so... Okay, so this is one swipe. This is one swipe. With my same fingers, I'm going to just try and deepen it a little bit. Not much better. Let me try and dig in one more time because I don't understand. Oh my god. This red apple strawberry is like straight trash. It's so dry, so chalky. And then like you feel the sweet potato mango and it's like it feels completely different. Alright, so this is after dipping in twice. Much better, but still. I'm gonna try the watermelon detox because I think that was the other shade that I just did not have a good time with. Yeah, I mean, I had to dig in like 2 or 3 times to get it to be this pigmented. So like these are the shadows that I had a really hard time working with, and like the swatches, ew. Like what's going on, Colored Raine? Like, you're an incredible brand. Your formula is incredible. Why would you try and change it up? Anyway, I really just want to stop it here because I could just go on and on and on, but overall I would not recommend this palette. I wouldn't. Unless maybe you got it for like half off and you don't mind reaching for other palettes to get those deeper shades, then yeah. I don't know. And then like when I tried to blend some of the shades in, they would get like murky. I had staining issues. I had streaking issues. Yeah, I'm just gonna end it here because I could just keep going on and on and on, and I've been filming for quite some time because I've been struggling so much. So I'm just gonna wrap it up here. Please let me know in the comments which look you like better, if you liked the blue, yellow, or pink look. So let me know what you think. Let me know if you've had this palette. Let me know if you had any of the same issues as me, or if not, if maybe it's just the batch that I got. I mean, who knows. I hope you liked this video. I hope you got something out of it. You know, if you were on the fence about this palette, these are just my personal opinions. There are probably people that got this palette and they absolutely love it, but just personally for me and knowing Colored Raine's formula, they could have done a lot better than this. So it's a shame, but it is what it is. All brands have their moments. It was just such a good idea. Like the total inspiration, the creativity, the packaging of it, the color story, the like shadow names, like it was all great. It came with, I don't think I mentioned, but the collection came with like a tumbler, like a cup, and an umbrella. Like it was just like a great little cute summer collection, and I don't know, I think it just could have been executed better, and that's just my opinion. I don't think that I should have spent over $50 on a palette that took almost a month to get here to then be disappointed with the way that the shadows perform. So that's just kind of where I stand. Again, let me know if you've tried this palette, if you have the same issues as me, if not, anything like that. And yeah, it's sad. It's sad when you go into something and you have certain expectations and they don't get met, but it is what it is. And with that being said, I will see you in my next one.